Hey, Leo. Happy Libra season. So this month about you is a lot about love. It's also a lot about receiving the benefit of everything that you've been doing the past few months, especially your internal work. Receptivity. But there's also definitely questions you may have had, especially in the beginning of the month. Things are starting to probably move and shift more now and towards the end of the month, but the beginning of the month definitely proposed some questions for you. And if you haven't been taking rest or giving yourself time and space to receive the answers to those questions, then they might get lost in translation. But it's really, I think for most of you, you've really allowed yourself to receive this. You're receiving all the internal work externally. You're receiving a lot of attention for it. And it's important for you to remember that this feeling that you get from this attention is not fleeting. This feeling, as you know, and you do know this, but I think more than ever you need, I feel the need to completely stress this to you. This feeling needs to, that's the remembrance of this feeling. Remember how it feels to receive all of this, the opportunities that are coming through, the acknowledgement that's coming through, regardless who it's from. You need to remember now, because this needs to stay with you now. Because if not, you're going to see how much you've been actually taking from yourself without giving yourself this acknowledgement. Yeah, you like attention. It's okay. A lot of signs like attention. And this season, we're being shown the parts of us that we really haven't allowed ourselves to acknowledge are a part of our, not only our internal world and how it affects our external world. It's a dual thing. It's okay to receive this attention because it's a part of you. This needs to be a constant in your life. Allow yourself this attention that you're getting. I know that you like it and have allowed it, but it's different this time. And I know you feel it too. There's a difference this time. It's more of I don't care who's even bringing me this attention. It's kind of it's very much what this season's all about. I don't even care. I'm doing my thing and it's happening and it's working. Thank you for all of this. I appreciate everyone, but no one gets treated differently because they're showing you attention. That's the key. No one gets treated differently because they're showing you the attention. And it's the people, it's also about you acknowledging those people and giving those people the attention in your life who you may pull back from sometimes, and you don't give it freely, even though those people, not that they don't deserve it and they're not worthy of your attention or love, you pull back sometimes when you're not getting the same thing. Totally understandable. But this month, you're going to have a free amount of it, and it's important for you to show those people love. If there's anyone in particular that you're thinking about in this moment, that's who you want to show it to. Because what I've learned is that if you, and being the ruler of the heart and the sun, it's really important to obviously give yourself some shade sometime, give yourself and allow yourself to be in the clouds, but it's really important for you to express the love that you have for people, because here's the thing. If you don't, it just gets spoiled and wasted. So why keep it to yourself if you have all this abundance? It's time to spread it. Now, take that as you will. Some of you might want to, go have some fun. Just be careful. Know that, especially if it's people from your past coming back, because the Four of Swords, Knight of Cups can totally be people from your past coming back into your life now that you're, getting all of this recognition, getting all of this attention. Now that this is happening, you just be wary. Ace of Cups, that's the key. It's that overflow, that fill. If they are at all, it's like Libra season. It's the month of finding harmony and peace. Granted, that doesn't always happen for everyone, but for you, this month you can have it. You just have to give it to yourself. The peace that you want to have is that it doesn't matter, who you are or not receiving this attention from. It doesn't matter. They don't disrupt your peace regardless. 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. This is taking you out of a place of you've been stuck and you've been And because you haven't admitted it to yourself and haven't allowed yourself to really be open about it, sometimes it actually takes from it, because when you actually expose your insecurities, you expose what's going on with you. It doesn't have to be with, like, I'm not saying just go expose it to the world, but when you expose these things, they actually take off the weight and the emotional and the energetical charge of things. So whatever you have been stuck and you feel like it's been taking your energy is now being released and opened, whether you like it or not. It's happening because the universe and God want you to have the things. You've really done a lot of spiritual work. And now you need to see how the universe plays with you in that way, because for you, the sun revolves around you. You bring so much to people's lives that you need to be the person that people see the spotlight on shining, and how you move in it. I know that can be pressure and responsibility, but you like that. You do. So now you're seeing how when you get stuck in this place and it's taking away from you, because you're not allowing yourself to be you and be open. It's time to be open. Doesn't matter how it sounds. Bottom of the deck. I dropped a card too, so hold on. Yeah. And that takes away from your, take charge nature. Also, you've been just laying low, and now it's like you're ready to boom, attack, like just like this reading's going. I'm just like, oh, okay, let's keep going. So it feels like a switch flipped this month, and you're like, oh shit. And it's like, yeah, oh shit, we've like, this is what you've been asking for, right? This is what you've been asking for. So here it is, and it's gonna build. So for those of you who are partnered, that love is going to continue to grow really, really strong. But right now, you feel like this season is about you and about what you need. And it's also about the people around you and what they need from you, and how you can only give that if you get X, Y, and Z. And it's not necessarily from those specific people or situations, but you need that from God, the universe, the source, from your life, in order to allow that energy to affect other people's lives and allow your energy to be that potent magnetic force that it is. So let yourself receive those things that you need. Write it down, what you really need and desire this month. It's going to become extremely clear to you by the end of the month. If not now, but it's going to become extremely clear to you. And that's what you want to do. You want to speak it, even if it sounds like you're not at that final draft of that of whatever it is that you desire. It doesn't matter. The universe understands, and it's going to constantly shape, shift, and form, as you know. But it's time to trust. It's time to trust this relationship that you've been building. It's time to do that, because it drives you crazy. I'm gonna try to say this in the best way possible. You need the attention. You need these things to keep yourself in check, to keep yourself sane. There's nothing wrong with needing people in this way. Okay? This is a part of your nature. We need the sun, so the sun needs us. Period. And it's going to make you realize that, oh, I can have more. It's going to roll out for me if I walk away from this because it's just not fulfilling enough. Cool. I've learned that I only want the real fucking love in my life. Awesome. Now shit's rolling out, and I'm creating a deeper connection with what I want my life to look like, what I want to see. Like, a lot of people are being brought this card. It's funny, by the end of the reading, Gemini also got that as well. It's this new way of developing your foundation, your tradition, and Libra season's kind of setting the stage for you to build upon that. This month is about how that's going to continue to roll out the more that you trust this part of you. This part of you. You need to trust that, because that is your nature. And this month, you need to play off your nature, because last month, it was kind of like, okay, I know where my nature is, but all this other stuff is going on. This month, Mercury retrograde's like, okay, let's get down to it. Let's get to where you're not allowing yourself to move forward. And that's by not allowing yourself to receive the attention you deserve. And I can keep going here at the bottom of the deck. It's just a magical month for you if you take the tough love and also the soft love and also give it. And you're going to see that this is a very personal month for you in so many ways. By the end of the month, there's going to be such clear, you're going to be able to write like your 5-year plan almost by the end of the month. It's going to become extremely clear to you what the layers of that or what the foundation needs to be built off and where you're setting the stage. Because once Jupiter goes direct, Mercury goes direct, you're also going to be like, I'm not settling for anything less, and really sound and certain in that. Be sound and certain in that. Anything that leaves because you're being sound and certain in that doesn't matter and never actually did, unfortunately. Those people, the situations, you knew that before. Libra season's just kind of giving that final blow to everyone. It's like, this is where you need the clarity. By the end of the month, it's like, I've been saying, it's like when you draw with chalk or you're, carving something out of wood and you have to blow off all of the wood shavings or the chalk dust to see the final picture. That's what's happening. It's not the final picture, but it's the picture of what's been kind of dismantled, disheveled, shaped around the past few months. So it's your rollout this month. This month is your rollout for you, especially for your inner, like your heart. You're done protecting the part of you that actually needs that reciprocity, that needs to be seen. And here you are. And if there is another Gemini or Leo in your life, they might be your best cheerleader right now, along with a Taurus. A Taurus might be a very sturdy person to have in your life while this is all shifting, because they're here for it. They're here for it. And they're also doing their thing too this month. So it's like you guys, it's like you can play off of each other. But this is also about what you want in terms of, if you want marriage, you're starting to talk about all of those things with yourself, with your partner, but just getting really clear on like that which is important to you in terms of relationships. And the way that you shift, the way that you've seen this personal shift is revealing what needs to be brought to those relationships that just needed it. That's all that makes sense right now. It will make more sense when we take the next step, or the next part when we look at the cards and I show you, it'll make a lot more sense. This is a really feel-good month for you, more than ever. It's a relief, it's a feel-good, it's like a total understanding of this, what the 7 of Swords and 5 of Pentacles are, that turns into the 8 of Cups. This is this good shit. Just such good shit. You're just totally just on your shit, and I love it. So we're going to get to the next part. All information to work with me one-on-ones below. The payment options are there as well. Leo, I love you so much, and I'll see you next month. Hi, Virgo. You'll probably notice that you came into the season with much needed rest, or being like forced to rest almost, or forced to sit with things, or feeling even like you're not stuck because things started to move not shortly after. Oh my God, this is Leo. My bad. Hi, Leo. Yeah, so you'll notice that things have been moving, and it's like, not only do you feel good in your skin and you're getting the attention from yourself, but also from the universe by it bringing in all the support that you need right now in your life, and showing you where you may have been taking from yourself in terms of not speaking up about feeling stuck. That's the whole point. Sometimes the sun is stuck behind the clouds for a long while, and people of course get pissed about it, but it's like, it is what it is. Like, it's okay to be honest about that. It's okay to do that because it's being seen anyway. So even if it's just to yourself or the people that you really need, the people that you trust to talk to about these things with yourself, the people that not only depend on you to be that person, but also you can be dependent upon to remind you of who you are, but remind you that also that you can have those cloudy days. But it's been like that on and off and mostly cloudy for a while. And like as if you're talking about the weather, like your emotions are. But it's true. And through the retrograde, through this recognition, through this attention, through the attention of who is actually important during this time of much abundance, love, don't steal from yourself from wanting something different in terms of wanting something from someone that's not going to give it to you. Meaning you now take this energy and go after what you want because you realize how open you are and how supported you are by the perfect people. You know? That recognition and understanding helps you move on from something that was pretty good. It's just not good enough. And that helps the Wheel of Fortune keep turning. It also helps you decide what's important for your traditional foundations at this point. Like, what does that mean to you? What does it mean to you to have, what's the family look like to you? What's that dynamic look like to you? Work. What's that look like to you? What's love look like to you? Being in love, being in partnership. It's different now. You're different. You in this season solidifying how you're not only more of who you used to be and more of that Leo and very shiny being that you are, very radiant human, you're more. There's so much more, not that you never have substance, but there's more substance. You're asking yourself the questions you need to ask yourself because you realize, that's not how I want this to be anymore. And with this, when Jupiter goes direct by the 18th, it's going to be really easy for you to not only talk about it, communicate it to whoever you need to communicate it with, but more importantly, it's, I advise you to write this down. But more importantly, with yourself, you're so clear. It's so amazing. And you'll have so much power, so much strength to get things done. And you'll find that you'll have more freedom within yourself now. Not that you normally don't, but there's been a lot of different things needing to come up for you. You've had a lot of shadow work to do in the past few months more than ever. And yes, that will come back around as it does. But right now it's time for you to really reap what you've been working through. Really understanding yourself in a different way and needing to see that perspective of yourself. And most importantly, you're getting that antidote and what you need. There's going to be different offers that come to you, but remember, I've said this to a few people before, that when you're in this space, so many people are going to be attracted to you. It's very Libra season too. You're going to attract so much to you. So many opportunities, so many different kinds of people, so many different things. But remember, you're choosing them too. And that's important to take into this question with yourself. You're choosing them as well. And you've known this for a long time, of course. You're like, of course I choose. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, and sometimes you choose those who choose you because you like the attention, you like the admiration. And that's not a read. That's something that you need. That's a part of your nature. Yes, you want people who adore you around you. Who doesn't? But do you adore them too? And that's the most important question. And it's allowing yourself to be in that space. By the end of the month, you're going to want to have some fun with all of that, which you've realized. It's funny. It's you have these, it's this internal woes, and now you're ready to be not so serious, not so pragmatic about everything. You realize you don't really need to be all the time. That life is kind of just handing you different things. It's very surprising. And Scorpio season is going to be a little bit of the same too, with a little, twist to it. I keep saying that. Okay, Leo, you're golden. Remember that which is stealing from you is you focusing your attention on something that is making you stuck, as opposed to what the energy that you have to behold right in front of you to use. And I advise you to use it, and life is pushing you to use it, and you're realizing that those shortcomings or those deceptions and that being stuck and actually talking about it is only helpful if you're doing something about it too. And all will become so much clearer by the end of the month, so much revealed, so many layers this month. It's very layered. Okay, all information to work with me is below. Payment options are there. All right, Leo, have a beautiful rest of your month, and I will see you next season.